Hi Gemini, and welcome to your October 24th to 31st tarot reading. I'm Celtic Gaia Tarot, and welcome to my channel. And yes, Gemini, as usual, you've got a very fascinating reading. At the bottom of the deck, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. So for many of you, it could be a new job this week, moving house, financial opportunities coming your way this week, Gemini. It could be a new business, a new creative venture, anything. But that's the bottom and the core of your reading is a new foundation. Again, it's a seed, so you're the one who's going to have to grab the opportunity and make the most of it. We want it to grow into something more substantial. You've got two aces actually this week, Gemini. That's beautiful. So it's definitely a pattern of new beginnings here. At the top of the deck, you've got the Strength card. So again, this is about using your resources, but it's also about being kind, being compassionate. Try not force anything too much, Gemini, this week, particularly because you've got the Knight of Swords, who can be a bit forceful. I think this is saying do not rush in, do not be too forceful. The Strength card is about getting things done, but it gets things done in a more softer, gentler way, Gemini. And the additional guidance card is Truth Be Told. So there's definitely a sense of needing to communicate and be straightforward this week, Gemini. Take off that mask and be very, very genuine and authentic, which actually makes a bit more sense. You start the week with the Six of Discs, and I find that Six of Discs, sometimes it can mean helping someone out financially or being helped out. But I always think it's about mutuality. It's about a very honest, straightforward dialogue. And for some, this dialogue could be with another air sign person, but not necessarily. That's a sort of stereotype. It also represents be mindful about not rushing in too fast, Gemini. I find this character quite impulsive. He sort of just rushes in like a whirlwind situation. And I'm only saying that because you've got the Strength card here, which is a much more softer, compassionate, loving approach to situations, rather than that whirlwind energy of the Knight of Swords. But for some of you, you could be communicating with this person. Ooh, he's fast. Absolutely fast as anything, Gemini. What I keep getting is try and slow everything down, because the Ace of Pentacles is a very slow, earthy energy, and the Strength is about ruling, getting things done in a very loving, slow way. So yes, you carry on, and you've got the Ace of Cups paired with the Ten of Cups. That's a lovely couple of days you have there. That's just such a nice combination of cards. You've got the Seed, the Ace of Cups, a whole new emotional beginning, paired with the 10, which is completion. So yeah, for some of you, as emotionally, this is a great couple of days. Not sure completely what it's got to do with. It could be friendships, family, romance, love. It could be to do with this Knight of Swords, or it could be that some Geminis are going forward and declaring their love to someone. Truth be told. And it looks like the response you get is going to be quite good if you are going forward and declaring your interest and try to be straightforward with a partner, Gemini. It looks like initially you're going to get a very good response. Towards the end of the week, things get a bit more stuck and a bit more frustrated. But definitely between Monday and Thursday, it's emotionally a really warm time. And if there's someone you're interested in, very good time to tell them. Or someone could be telling you they're interested in you. So lovely, Gemini. We then move on to the Eight of Swords and the Queen of Swords. And is that... that's quite interesting. So you've got the Queen and the Knight. Oh, you know, the Queen of Swords is very much an air sign again. She's very logical. Some people say she's quite cold. It just depends on your opinion, doesn't it? You know, she rules by her mind. She's not over emotional. So we go from all these emotions to much more. It's almost you're stepping back a bit, Gemini, and stepping into a different gear almost. But it's paired with the Eight of Swords, so very interesting combination, because the Eight of Swords is about frustration, feeling trapped, and most people say the Eight of Swords is only in the mind. So it's a state of mind of feeling trapped. But the Queen of Swords, I always think the Queen of Swords, because she's a queen, she's got a lot of mastery over her mind. So how I choose these cards, Gemini, because it's up to you. These cards, it's up to you how you use them. I begin to get mastery of my thinking, because she's got that sword. She can cut through that blindfold. You don't need to stay trapped unless... We all get trapped in our mind. That's what the mind does. But the Queen of Swords can cut through the crap. She's notorious for cutting through crap, actually. All the cards are interpretation, and they're all up to you. So this sense of feeling restricted and blindfolded might be to do with this emotional situation, although I am not sure. And there's too many of you to be... I'd need to know your exact situation. But anyhow, use that Queen of Swords energy to cut through that sense of being stuck. It's mostly in your mind, although it's next to the Devil. So that sense of being oppressed and held back might stay around a little bit longer. I'm sorry if I changed my mind there. But it's maybe a sense of being a bit out of balance, Gemini, here. Well, actually, some people would say severely out of balance for the Devil, actually. But it might be a sense of feeling oppressed, feeling in chains, feeling held back, and maybe a little bit depressed. For some, there could be active addictions here, or someone else who's got an active addiction, Gemini. It's paired with a Page of Cups, which is really interesting and deeply confusing, because that Page of Cups is such an innocent, fresh energy, and very much backlinked to all this emotionally feeling good. And this is about new potentials and new, again, receiving news regarding an emotional situation, a love situation. But some of you Geminis aren't in your usual form towards the end of the week. That's what I'm going to say here. It's not completely dire, because you've got this lovely energy of the Page, who carries such joy and lightness to him. But you're definitely not feeling your full self, Gemini, towards the end of the week. I'm not going, I might as well just be straightforward about it. You're just feeling a little bit held back, a little bit trapped by circumstances. But so my advice is up to the first half of the week, up to Thursday, is just lush, basically. You've got 2 aces. You've got the Strength card. It's absolutely lush. And okay, it might get a bit more stuck and feeling oppressed towards the end of the week, but it'll pass. And the Page is a fresh energy coming in. Okay, Gemini, I hope this helped and made any sense to you. And I wish you all the best. Bye.